Hi everyone, the small engine mechanic here. Today we are going to be saving a generator that is seized up. So, let's get started. When the owner got it out of storage and tried to pull the starter, it just snapped. First, we're going to have to repair the starter. So, we're going to need to remove it to make the repairs. We can go ahead and remove the broken cord. We're going to need to rewind it and align the holes. So, turn it backwards 5 revolutions to load the spring up. Then, using a small screwdriver, insert it so it holds the rotor. Then, using a 5-foot cord, insert it into the holes from the outside. Then simply tie an overhand knot. Then pull the extra back through. About 3/4 down the cord, put a slip knot to prevent it from getting pulled back in. Remove the screwdriver and allow the cord to be pulled back in while holding tension on the cord. Now, we're going to install a new handle. If I can figure out how to get this bag open. Just run the cord through the handle. And make a loop, and run the tail end of the cord through the loop twice. Then tighten the knot inserted into the handle. And pull the slip knot out. Test the starter. Now for the engine. The crankshaft is frozen in place. Sometimes there could be oil pee in top of the piston if the machine was leaned on its side. This is the crankcase vent tube. It should not be rotted and cracked this bad. So, we're going to remove the spark plug to see if any oil is there. spark plug looks well used. So, now we're going to see if the crankshaft will turn. Nope, not in the slightest. So, we're going to check the oil level and condition. It's dripping out like water. Not a good sign. A smell test says there is fuel in the oil. I'm going to try to use my trusty pinch bar to see if I can break the engine free. We're getting some movement. It's moving even more, but what I need is for it to make a full revolution. Almost there. I don't want to force it too much or I could damage the starter cup. There we go. Now, to rotate it a couple more times. Now that the engine turns, we're going to drain the, I guess you could say oil. Yeah, this is not oil. The entire fuel tank leaked past the carburetor and flooded the engine. It has a very stale smell, which means it's been in there for a long time. I'm using my siphon pump to remove the rest. Now, we're going to refill it with fresh oil. This will need to be changed again if we can get it running. Gotta check the level. Yep, we're good. Using a socket and ratchet, I'm going to rotate the engine in the clockwise direction to get the oil to cover everything inside. hopefully get into the bearings. Now, I'm going to remove the filter cover and filter. Reinstall the spark plug. And the wire. Now, we can reinstall the starter. And give it a test pull. Making sure the choke is open, we're going RO spray some brake cleaner into the carburetor. This will allow us to check if the engine will start. Run switch is on. Breaker is off. And just need to give it a pull. It's alive. Since we know the carburetor has an issue, we'll pull it off and try to clean it. Remove the filter base. Turn off the fuel supply valve and remove the fuel line. Remove the filter cover gasket. Choke handle. And I just noticed the throttle is stuck on the carburetor. I'm trying to turn the throttle enough to get the linkage off. There we go. Now, we can remove the carb. I'm pulling the nut off the bolt to see what comes out. Not a good sign. The entire bowl has started to rust. They're getting a new carburetor. So we're going to install the isolator block with gaskets. Then the new carburetor. Reconnect the governor linkage and spring. and test it for movement. Now, the fuel line and clamp. Filter housing gasket, and the new choke lever. Now, the filter housing. And tighten it down. I'm checking the fuel tank for signs of rust. Looks clean. Some gasoline to run it on. Open the fuel valve and check for leaks. Put the choke to the closed position. And let's try to start it. When I tried to take it off choke, it tried to overspeed. So, I'm going to work the throttle until oil can get into the overspeed gear. It's going to be normal for lots of smoke to billow out of the exhaust after an engine sump gets filled with fuel. It will clear itself out. Now, we're going to RO check if it's putting out power. Yep, it's working. So, that can only mean one thing. It looks like another one is good to go.